Well, how's it going, Kingsman? Welcome back to another NTW3 battle from yet another tournament game. Now, this is going to be another 4v4 between the Guard Real and the Rheinbund clan. We have the GR clan playing as the Imperials, Rheinbund playing as the Coalition, and I believe, someone correct me in the comments, I believe they're using the Invasion of France 1814 cores today. On the map of Flanders 1A. Now, I do not have the French points, just Coalition, but I have the names of the generals. I'm probably going to butcher a couple of the French generals, but that's, I guess, you guys got to take what you get when it comes to the information I have. And so I apologize. But let's look at them, as we got a lot of cool factions today. So you have the 9-point Austria. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these generals' names. I don't got the tongue for that. We have 11-point Russia. It's kind of a Russia mix. You have a kind of a UK Russia or Prussia mix as well, 7-pointer. And then you have a 7-point excuse me, Russia. So 11-pointer, 9-point, 7-point, and 7-point. Going against them, you have a Soult, a Mason. No, it's not used to pronounce that, I know, but like I said, apologize. Mortier and McDonald. I believe McDonald is an Imperial Guard Corps, and the kills are going to reflect a decent, well-placed game. Now, we can look at the LOCs, which there are very few of them. The two that are kind of going to be contested are these two center ones. So this one by this river, and the one on the far left flank, the Coalition look like they're in a better position to hold those at the moment. We'll have to see. We have a little bit of a cav skirmish here between some horse artillery and then cavalry from Austria. France doesn't really have their artillery. They have some dragoons. Getting just shot up by the horse artillery. A 3-gun horse artillery. Quite potent, quite deadly. So France obviously is going to pull back from that engagement. A lot of French marching in this area. You can hear the drums rolling, but of course you have basically the entirety of the Coalition focused in this area. Look at that grand mixture of armies. And then you have Russia here on the right flank, or left flank for the Coalition, for Rheinbund. And I do believe there was a bit of a, yeah, there's some Landwehr way in the back that pushed to this left side. We got a little bit maybe of a cavalry engagement. Some Lancers who wanted to take on some Chasseurs Cheval who then peace out. And then you have some Hussars ready to back them up. Both sides kind of extract themselves from that combat. But we may have another one. Another bit of combat. I think the Coalition are trying to stall the French. As the French are advancing towards that 1-pointer, they're going to want to try to stop them. That looks beautiful. Man. All this infantry, you got the cavalry and the enemy lines pushing forward. What a sight to behold. Artillery thundering. Probably trying to focus down some of this cavalry. We do have dragoons. Quite a few squadron, that's how you think, company? I don't know. Squadron of dragoons. I'm going to go with that. Sounds cool. Pushing forward here. The LOC does get seized by some grenadiers from Russia. So this is going to be an interesting fight now. The French are going to have to probably make an attack of some sort. We will see what they end up doing. There's obviously another 1-pointer over here that they could take. This one over here, but they would probably want to push up along this road and take this one. But as of right now, I mean, Russia has a light infantry unit going towards it, but most of the armies focused in this area, that is a lot of cavalry. We may see a big cav engagement here. Skirmishers are pushing forward as well. Both sides are just staring at each other down and letting the guns get a little bit of an early shot at each other. Now there is a Russia, I believe the 7-pointer does have some nice cuirassiers. There they are. Oh no, the 11 pointer, my apologies. 11 pointer has some nice heavy cavalry. We'll hopefully see them use it. Oh, pay no mind to that. That is the glitch that I have, which is arrows are artillery shots. Now there are still arrows, but they sound like artillery. It's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. You gotta kind of laugh at it. I don't know why I haven't been able to fix it. But yeah, if you're the thundering of artillery, it's just the arrows launching. Now the Russians shifting troops over to this left side. Now I'm assuming the French are going to be pushing troops to mirror that. Potentially. 11 pointer going left. You have Austria and I'm going to say Prussia pushing on to this right flank, and maybe we'll have this small 7-point Russia take the center. French skirmishers have pushed up to the LOC. I'm not hearing a lot of artillery yet, but some artillery has pushed up a little bit closer to the fighting, and I'm sure they're going to start trying to get some good kills at very close range. Very high rate of fire, horse artillery, especially when it comes to canister. They may actually be able to do an insane amount of work, but Russia is not at all falling back from this. He's shifting other grenadiers up, pulling back some of his Kiev grenadiers. Not sure if there's a better quality grenadier that he threw in. But light infantry kind of supporting the house. Here we go. Canister going to start firing down here. Russia, they have to make a decision here. Ooh, they have their own canister though, or their own horse artillery pushing up. We have a general advance on the left. The cavalry pulling back, but skirmishers pushing themselves forward. Light infantry pouring in some volleys. And the Russians still shifting a lot to that flank. Oh, I love the breastplates. The Paras. What's it called? The gold and black just... You cannot tell me there's any better looking... Okay. Damn, I hope these archers die soon. Oh, they may die. They may die finally. We may finally get those guys knocked off the field. I hope so, because it's really annoying. No, they got away. Dang it. Still a little bit of a skirmish there, nothing else, but we do have that 11-pointer. And you can see the French are starting to mirror them. Mostly cavalry, but they do have infantry behind this grove of trees, this tree line. And they may push them across. I'm assuming this is the... it's not the Imperial Guard. Looks good, though. Very flashy. Oh, right, guys, we are back. This is gonna be a little weird because this is a day later than the other recording. It crashed, and then the day kind of got away from me. So if I repeat stuff, it's because it's a whole 24 hours after the last time I was recording. I think we were over here, though, and kind of looking down the French flank where Russia is now making their advance and pushing even further and further to the French right flank. Obviously, we have French infantry still looking to be kind of trying to mirror them. We got that annoying artillery bow cav. It may finally die. Let's see if they actually catch him. I think they're going to get away because they're quite quick and nimble. Or not. They're going to keep doing their little firing thing. The fight over here by the LOC, though, raging. And it looks like the French gonna get charged by some dragoons. And actually, we may have a bit of a huge cav charge by the French. This seems like a bad idea for the French, though. As the light infantry form square, you have supporting Russian infantry pouring in fire on that French line. And then the dragoons counter-charging down. We may have a bit of a huge cavalry fight ensuing here. but France has infantry to support their defense, so France will probably not take that engagement. Infantry in the tree line, though. I'm sure France wants to, as best they can, delay this left flank until their infantry can at least get this high ground. As you can see, it is quite a decent hill. If the French can get onto it, it's gonna definitely bolster their defenses. We are starting to see the battle get spread out even more than it was before. A lot of skirmishers, cavalry in support. Artillery raining down fire, focusing on the Prussian This cavalry is gonna break. They're shaken, but I think they'll hold still. Horse artillery and more Prussian guns pushing up to the center line. A bit of a skirmish only right now. That reminds me of a reenactment, obviously without the dead men and dead horses everywhere. But it looks quite cinematic here. We may have some cavalry. Oh, they're wavering. This is not a wise decision. Yeah, at least they're gonna break before they even make it. Still, the artillery really focusing on any cavalry in the center. That's gonna spell death for any cavalry that wants to stick to the right flank. However, like I said, we have Russia, who is advancing still, pushing the left flank even more. Now we do have French infantry, thankfully for the French, who have formed up. They are controlling this right flank. They're going to keep pressing onto their right flank, obviously wanting to keep themselves from getting outflanked. Russia may have a slight bit of an edge, a little bit of a head start, but I think the French can definitely capitalize on this hill, and the hill kind of rounds right here, so they'll have the high ground. Curious what they do with that. More and more troops pushing in this direction. We may have a raging fight on the right flank pretty soon. France obviously making sure to bolster their center defenses, though. Got a lot of French infantry. Look how beautiful that looks, though. Man, we got the grass. Lines of infantry, love the yellow plumes. This fight's turning into a bloody affair. Both sides are taking heavy artillery fire. It's breaking skirmishers. And I would hate to be an infantryman in this line. Interesting to see how this battle develops. I suspect no real fighting will happen here yet. They're going to probably shift troops towards this other flank that seems to be a little bit more developing. Now, the French do have a strong force here. Obviously, with the LOC being right here, they want to keep it that way. Artillery for France up on the high ground. Excellent position. Now, you can see Russia is still pushing around that right flank. They have some, is that Lancers? Or like a Gusari? Looks like a, kind of like a Hussar unit. Or Gusari unit. But it's not. So maybe it's just like a light scout cavalry. In support with the line of tree. A lot of grenadiers in this flank. In fact, I think they're all strictly grenadiers. Yeah, they are. The grenadier column going for the flank with heavy cav and light cav in support. That's looking quite formidable. We do hear French drums here, though, so France has this right flank held for now. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what true strength lies on the right flank for France. In the meantime, you can hear just thundering of guns. Actually, we do have France making an attack. We sent in what I could assume maybe our Marines for France. Some Landwehr has pushed up to help support the defense here. You have Austrian infantry as well. Guys, the artillery is almost non-stop now. The thundering of the guns, an all-time high. The momentum of this battle. Oh my gosh, even more guns about to add to this chorus of thundering. This attack's not looking too good for the coalition, actually. You can see the land bear actually wavering a little bit, looked like. Both sides are funneling troops in this little area. Now, we do have a horse artillery from Austria. Looks like trying to fire into the flank. It'd almost be better if they were sitting right here firing into the flank. But the Russians are holding as best they can. Let's actually skip over here. We are starting to see a lot more French. We actually see a lot more French. They are not letting this flank collapse. You have cavalry and infantry, and so Russia is actually pulling back before this small column smacks into them from one side with cavalry from the other and infantry down the road. France is actually looking quite strong here. Russia's actually the one outnumbered now, and France is seeming to be on the offensive, advancing in multiple areas at once. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this side. Watch out. I don't think they even have any square. Well, they have 2 squares. Ooh. Not looking too good. Not looking like I would want if I was Russia. We still got this fight raging. The land bear actually made break there, shaken. We have artillery over here, I believe, pelting this line as best they can. And I do believe actually may have some contact being made. Yep, cavalry pushing forward. France is looking to catch this grenadier column. We'll see if the Russians make a counterattack. Here we go. Cavalry, chasseur cheval, charging into the grenadier column, and then French infantry get ready to bayonet charge. Actually seeing a counter charge. No. Let's see how well the grenadiers support. They have a square to defend against the cavalry. France does outnumber them, but this Russian bayonet charge seems to have actually slowed. It's actually routing that French line. But oh man, there's a lot of. Oh, this is not looking good, guys. This is not looking how I would want it to look. France looking very good at the moment. Dragoons have joined the attack. And here we go. We got another bayonet charge. Russia gonna have to receive that one. They are stuck. The real question is, can they get their infantry away? Now, they do have cavalry, but they cannot throw that cav away very easily, guys. But they are defending it as best they can. More infantry going to push up support. More Austrian cavalry as well. Over here, France actually pulling back. But here we go. France going for yet another bayonet charge, trying to break this Russian line. One Russian grenadier broken, one about to, and that's 2 down out of the 5. There are 3 left. Cavalry still hovering on the flank. This is not looking good. For the Russians so far. He's trying to get his men out of there, though. What is Russia going to do? He is being pursued hotly. All it's going to take is a couple more cav charges to slow down this Russian line. Then we have 1 square. They're going to stand and fight? Or sacrifice 1 unit? I think they're going to sacrifice 1 grenadier. Still just a melee. I'm not going to keep focusing on that because we have this nice attack by France going. Cavalry charging in. I do believe they're gonna hit a square though. Oh, do they square in time? Yikes. Keep in mind, guys, actually the French are they're taking a little bit of damage here to this enemy defense. But still, this left flank is looking quite concerning. The French have massed up an entire army. I can only assume it's an entire army here. Cuirassiers now in the fight. Grenadiers trying to stand their ground as well. You can see Grenadiers getting charged all along the line. Light infantry going to try to stand their ground. We have more cavalry trying to charge in. But this Grenadier flank looks to be about to collapse. And they're going to break right here too. They're wavering and they're gone. I do believe I'm seeing a lot of French braking. Yep, a lot of French braking. 50% on the building. And France is going to get away from that LOC as the fight looks to be actually starting off here now. 6-pounders in a beautiful position for Russia. France trying to close in here. Does like cavalry charged in. But you can see France has a lot of cavalry over here. Oh my gosh. They have a lot of cavalry. That's an understatement. Russia is entirely disengaging and pulling back on this flank. Some cuirassiers charging in, but they're going to get countercharged by some French dragoons. And unfortunately, I think this cuirassier is done for. These guys better form square. France is just really harassing this flank. They have a nice flank going. And ooh, look at this. We have a French advance on the Russians all along the line. Russia needs a reinforcing army. Austria looks to be shifting over, but this is obviously where the flank, where the serious attack is formulating. Artillery splashing into this infantry, though, causing quite a lot of damage. But the Russians are outnumbered. What are they gonna do? That is the question. France is still advancing. They have not stopped, and that's what they need to do. They need to not give the Russians or the coalition at all a chance to reform and get reinforcements over here without having taken some losses. Ooh. We have a skirm unit charged by the bowmen. The horse archers, I say, of Russia, who do finally break. Like I said, Austria is shifting their entire army over, guys. So there are reinforcements on the way. Russia is going to take on this right flank by themselves, and we're going to have all of the Russia and Prussia on this flank. Keep in mind, this is two armies here, so they aren't totally outnumbered, but France is definitely putting some hurt on them. The Imperial Guard are on the flank, and look at these poor Russians getting just absolutely flanked. This unit's about to break, and they are breaking. More Imperial Guard pushing forward. When I say Imperial Guard, obviously I just mean the faction, the Imperial Guard. I mean, these are all Imperial Guard units. So coalition need to make a very, very, very important decision. Do they abandon this position, hold their armies back, join their allies, and reform their line, or do they try and hold this? Looks like we actually have a general who may be getting charged. Now there are some cuirassiers who should defend that. And I do believe that will be... Oh, these guys may get volleyed to death by the Russian. Oh, cuirassiers, better watch out for the friendly volleys. Russia's taking this fight, though.
Our general is under attack.
This is a bad angle, in my opinion, though. There's bad angle. I mean, they should keep it to canister and start shooting as best they can. A lot of heavy cav. Ledoux. Oh my gosh. That's going to be a tough fight for the Russians. Oh. The guns. The guns. France is looking pretty good here right now, guys. I mean, this attack over here is taking a slight bit of losses, but France is collapsing in on that open flank Russia had. Now, Austria is in position if Russia does pull back, which they probably will have to, as they're about to get massively outflanked here on this right. You have a lot. Ooh, we actually have a cav charge here. Hussars clashing with some dragoons, breaking them. It's a large dragoon unit. It probably will come back, but Austria is trying to slow this advance at any cost. Russia, they're just getting murdered. Look at that line dropping. And it's starting to collapse here. They have to pull back. Prussia should be shifting forces over because I don't think it's a whole French army even doing anything over here. And there we go. We got a cavalry charge. Form a square. Oh, they don't. Yikes, yikes, yikes. This is not good. Not good. They are on the back foot. Now they do have, like I said, those reinforcements going to push over. Kind of put a lot more pressure on the left flank. The center, obviously, this point right here, guys, is a very weak point right now for the coalition. They do have cavalry to support that line, though. Let's see if they can bring this back, because they are definitely not losing by any means. They just got to make some good plays, otherwise they will start losing. They've taken a few, a few tiny losses, I honestly think. Yeah, so what I think they should do, and I think what they are planning on doing, artillery to buckle down this right flank. Have a little reserve. They have land bear that can soak up a little bit of damage. The majority of all their armies shifting over here to face the French. Now, the French are actually, you can see, slowing down and starting to shoot. I think maybe they should be trying to go for melee still. That's probably their best bet. As the coalition are not set up at all to fight for this position. Now they are coming in the artillery range for the Russian guns. And potentially even the Prussian guns who are sitting over here. As soon as they brow this hill, crest of this hill, I guess is the word, the brow of the hill. Once they get to the crest of the hill, they are going to be focused down by a lot of artillery. I noticed this horse artillery set up right here on the flank can really harass this line. As all this cavalry is going to be forced to have to fall back. They cannot use the cav dominance over here as well as they would until they deal with this right flank. That's going to give the coalition a small gap, a small space to build the rest. Now they are in formation shooting. France seems to have a better firepower, I should say. A lot more troops in their line than the Russians do in their line. Austria is starting to defend this left flank. Cavalry has put themselves in position to actually be able to take this engagement. Horse artillery actually giving a shock to the cav. And you can see they may actually break this first unit. And these hussars are pretty good, guys. France is actually starting to lose the cav advantage here just because of the horse artillery plus the Austrians. They are doing an excellent job with their cav. That's well played. Man. That's well played by Austria. That's 2 cav units down. Horse artillery still in support, and Russia to support them. Look at them pulling the cav back. They probably can easily charge the Chevaliers in. They probably will. France probably sees it and is going to pull back, but still the artillery is still thundering, crashing into this cavalry. And Austria is defending that flank, doing quite an excellent job of keeping the French cav from being able to crash into this line. And then we have the Austrian lines defending here, trying to help their allies out. Obviously, they are outgunned as well, and this is only, well, this is 9-pointers, so it's all right. Russia still pulling back, and they can. Their left flank is now secure. I would say quite secure on the left by Austria. Prussia has that right side secure. It's only the center that needs to maybe pull back a little bit. Unfortunately, this artillery is stuck up in the front lines. They're probably going to lose it, but it can help delay. Why are they firing canister? That's what I wonder. But you notice how they've kind of regained a little bit of initiative. France is still trying to get men in position and obviously focus down the Russia. Russia's the one who's the weakest at this point. And they are actually shifting forces towards the center. I think they're definitely going to focus this. I would focus right here as France. Just put troops here as they're doing, and keep firing in this one area. You have 2 points, 2 lines that are firing in one area. For the Russians, it may be best to fall back to this next Prussian gun battery, reform your line there, and Austria could even potentially be pushing. You can see cavalry from France falling back. Yeah, Austria could definitely start pushing this left flank. Once he makes sure, obviously, there's no one here. There could be a French army shifting here, and you want to be cautious. Seems like we've kind of slowed down a little bit, so time to get the cinematic shots of this battle, guys. Love the fighting that's happened so far. It's quite awesome. Look at the reserves. We will see. Maybe the coalition have the firepower now to be able to dish it out to the Imperials. Obviously, a lot of the Imperials in the back in reserve. Napoleon saving his best for last. French definitely have the reserves. We have a general who's dismounted, waiting. Probably not going to want to get shot by artillery. Well done by the that was a well done. First, I'll say, well done by the Imperials for that attack. Pushing around. Oh, what?
Now they must break.
Ooh, that's so unfortunate. The one guy who died was the general. Rip. Rip to the general. That's huge loss to the French side. But I was saying, well done by the French attacking, swinging around. They definitely had the coalition on the ropes. But then, well done on the coalition to actually be able to pull back without losing the majority of their army and actually make a line and stand. Things are not looking good, and they seem to have kind of circled back and made a stand, and we may actually see a counterattack by them, maybe. They'll have to actually... I know they have this LOC, but it won't take very much for the French to take it. So the French are gonna, well, the coalition are gonna have to make a decision about what to do next. French seem content to stay where they're at, and I don't think they have the gun firepower. I don't think they have artillery firepower that the coalition have. Look at that, though. It's quite gorgeous, quite beautiful. We may have, yep, the French advance once again. It's like some 11 pointers sending some more infantry over to the flank. Horse artillery. Ooh, that's a nice position. That will be a problem for Austria. What if Austria is going to get gen sniped? It actually looks like that's what they were going for. I wouldn't be surprised if Austria loses their general to that horse artillery. Look at this. It's sitting right there. They're probably going to go for it, you know, be like, well, you killed my general, so I'm going to kill yours, kind of thing. Oh, what is happening over here? So Austria's kind of in two places, left flank and right flank. Horse artillery, though, going to help set up, and he's probably just going to keep doing what he was doing on the left flank against the cavalry. Fire artillery, I'd focus that unit because it probably will rout immediately. And that could cause a little bit of a debuff to Friend's routing. And they could go in. He has some very good cavalry. Chevaliers, Hussars, and more Chevaliers. Plus, Prussia has some troops as well. Oh, we have a cav charge for the guns. Oh, it does break. So many guns over here. Prussia brought all the guns. That's 9 guns from Prussia. 9 guns. That's insane. Yeah, here we go. France has a lot of dragoons here, but they're just standing. And I get that probably they aren't as good quality as the Austrian cavalry, but I mean, if you're just standing here, you're just gonna waste your manpower. Might as well try to overwhelm them with your defense, with your attack at least. 1 dragoon per one of them, and then try a flank with the Hussars. You have to be quick, but like I've said before, guys, it's a matter of numbers when it comes to cav engagements. It's a matter of stats. And Austria's getting some sneaky shots, and I don't think the French even realize they're getting shot at over there. Oh my gosh, France is losing in this line fight. The Russians are holding the ground beautifully. New reserves being brought forward. Man. Oh, that's gonna start shredding them up though. Fresh units firing. We do have a potential attack going here. Look at this. We have Austria and Russia. Oh, we have heavy cav. Oh, I sense an assault column and heavy cav charge going in. We do have some cavalry, dragoons. I think they notice, or their spidey senses are tingling that there may be an attack. There, you see, guys, the clearing of infantry. Austria shifting their troops over. A big gap being opened up for some grenadiers. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah. Here we go. France is pulling back their cavalry. My gosh. French are losing in this line fight. They have to do something here, guys. They have to. The dead piling up here. Oh. Oh. Grenadiers gonna charge. Oh, that's a. Oh no. They gonna get charged up for the shoot? Yes, they will. Oh my gosh. And now they can push up on the flank. Oh, this could be huge. Look at the mass wavering from this French line. Now we do have a bayonet charge going on this flank. They can form square in time. And they do. Defending that left flank. At the same time, Russia crashing in, breaking the first part of this line. We have heavy cav now charging in through a gap in the French defenses. France does have the reserve, and they're going to have to start bringing them forward here. France taking multiple charges now. They are going to charge in cavalry of their own. And we're going to have to start seeing the reserve be thrown forward. Austria on the offensive on that left flank. Russia collapsing through huge mass rout. Square gets formed by France to help bolster that defense against that Cuirassiers. They can pull that heavy cav back now and use those grenadiers that Russia has. The mass routing from this French line is actually going to trickle down and start giving this other French army a bit of a trouble. And people correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe French routing does cause a debuff, which is why you never want your troops to be fighting with French routing running through your lines. But not only that, but you know, you're not gonna be able to shoot all your bullets at the enemy because some of your own men will get shot in the friendly fire. Here we go. These grenadiers. Oh no. Oh my gosh, that saved the grenadiers. A friendly artillery shot actually punctured in the center of this French line. Man. We do have Austria getting charged on the flank. That's gonna break probably that. No, it doesn't. Thought it would. All right, now we can see on the grand scheme of things, guys, the counterattack. Man, what a beautiful comeback by the coalition, smacking into this line after wearing him down with the line fight. And now, I mean, France still can regain control here. They are throwing forward the Imperial Guard. All of it. Look at the grenadiers. And Austria's gonna have to face them on the flank. Oh my god, uh-oh. Oh no. They're pouring one volley and it's gonna break this grenadier. Oh wow. Instead we're gonna do a bayonet charge. Oh, we have a cav charge in the center. Nope, just going for those dragoons. I thought they're going... Oh, but a beautiful Landwehr charge. Dragoons versus Lancers, but infantry can support. And these dragoons probably will break. We do have the Imperial Guard still in melee. Russia tried to throw troops up to interfere with their advance. The only concern now for the coalition is that they're running out of steam. You can see they don't have a lot of reserves. I saw this, but I didn't rush over to capture it. Austria probably just went in as soon as this fight was at its fiercest, and they just absolutely destroyed. And now they can go for an LOC in the back, a 4-pointer, and be very secure here. I'm surprised Prussia hasn't pushed their Landwehr over here to help out in this fight. The Russians standing their ground. The French on the back foot. They have so much cavalry still. They can definitely use it, especially this Ledoux. Grenadier Cheval would be crucial against the Russians, especially in the center. I'd cycle them right here and run them down, or just go with the flank and run them down and crush the flank. There's nothing over here, so Prussia could start shifting troops over to help out, because I mean, they are shifting some over. It does look like France and the coalition are both running out of steam, so just some fresh faces on the field would be a very big help. Oh my gosh, Grenadier Cheval charging in, and that is a gorgeous charge by Grenadier Cheval. We'll see how well it holds, though. That's multiple units that got charged at once. Oh, no. Okay, this is a good attack by the Imperial Guard. This is a very good attack here. They're rushing over troops, cavalry, and infantry. First one does break.
Our men are running for...
Ooh, Austria may actually receive the hurt. Now we do have, Crosshair's going for the flank. Russia's trying to do what they can to save the Austrian left. Russia and Austria trying to do what they can. We do have dragoons. Oh, why are they breaking? They're shaking. Uh-oh. We have a sandwich potentially from these dragoons. Crosshair's breaking that flank. They may come in clutch to save the day, but Austria has broken on the flank. Unfortunately, that was just a well-placed charge by France. France suffered some losses, definitely suffered some losses taking that, but still. Prussia actually showed up just in the nick of time, throwing in some more line infantry. Now they can start holding. Russia does have some troops there, going to pull back. And France, they still have their infantry and cavalry. However, the cav will be very tired. Austria still has their heavy cav, and let's not forget the light cavalry that is now swinging around the flank. And we have those lines of infantry going for the 4-pointer, so they can secure. Keep in mind, guys, this is a tournament. It does not matter how this fighting is going. If at the end, when the timer runs out, which 10 minutes remaining, now is the time to consider what LOCs you have. If they go around here and take that 4-pointer and hold their 4-pointer, they win. Even if this whole line fight goes against them, they will win. And that's actually what it may come down to, is an LOC victory, which in case that does happen, it'd be a coalition victory. I believe Rheinbund. Oh, we have a general dead on the field. Barclay, the 11-pointer, loses his general. And I mean, he was up in the front trying to inspire his men. Fortunately, got caught in a stray artillery shell. And let's be honest, that's what makes these old Total Wars so good. The fact that your general could die from a stray bullet or artillery shell in an instant. It's not like he would take multiple hits and then die. He's not invincible. There's only so much he can do. On a side note, with these tournament battles, guys, I have a lot more replays to do. In fact, I just got sent a replay that I'm going to be doing next, sent in by Bogdan. Actually, he's one of the developers of this mod, and it looks really good. It looks very interesting, so I'm excited to showcase that one with you guys in a second. Tomorrow, like I said, be very excited. It looks like it was a whole scenario, I think, for Marengo. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. That one will be tomorrow. And it looks like Austria crashing in on this flank. It's over for this left flank, which actually is just a delaying force anyway. This was a ruse, a diversion. Austria's cavalry are wavering. Oh, wow. No way he's going to win this. We have a French assault. Oh man, the Prussians are flanked. France is advancing. Russia's standing their ground, though. Refusing to give up. Let's see if Austria can break this infantry here. The cavalry's tired, but they may actually win this. Man, this Austria seems like it'd be fun to play. Russia has even more reinforcements now. It's just Landwehr, but it is something, and they're forming them up. Grenadiers trying to buy time. Oh, and they do. They're standing fast, but another fresh bayonet charge will break them. And this fight is a bloody, bloody affair for the coalition. Oh, and the Imperial. Don't get me wrong, but this has been serious. Man, tough fight. Love it though, man. Excellent fight. Excellent fight. Looks like finally the coalition lose their left flank. They do have this 1-pointer. The Imperial Guard are going to try going for it. They have their Grenadiers. Oh, that's a tough order. Especially considering... Yeah. They have 2 units here, though, so one can stay in here, one can pull out and be flanking volume. They may be able to hold that. We have cavalry rushing around the flank. I'm assuming this is the Dragoons. They're probably going to be very tired pretty soon here. Let's see the last stand of the coalition. 5 minutes remaining, guys. 5 minutes. Oh, a general may get sniped. Doesn't even land where. Russian Landwehr going to try to save their back line here. Ooh. LC getting attacked. Oh man, the guard are in there. That's not a good sign whatsoever. I don't think it'll matter too much even if they lose that 1-pointer.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
And they lose it, but they still have a 4. They have a 1 and then another 4 that they're about to get to. Of course, they're going to have to go now. Man, this Landwehr is not looking too hot, guys. Oh, man. You have the Grenadier Cheval. They're probably exhausted. They're about to break. There's no way. But still, their flank's just getting collapsed in on by France. They're just pushing around the flank. Russia holding strong, but still, yeah, they'll get this LOC. They will still win. Fear not, guys. There is not enough time. There's 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Even if Austria just uses their cavalry and charges in on this infantry, they can delay them for that long. Even though France seems to be winning here, there's fresh infantry pushing forward. This is probably one of the most intensely close fights I've seen in a while.
Sir, your general has been killed.
Well, you know, it was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. There he is. Brave general. This is just a madhouse right now. Oh, those Prussian guns? Oh my gosh. Are they in a canister? Please tell me they're in a canister in time. Just a canister right here. Yes, they do! Oh my gosh. They're gonna canister just in the nick of time. And like I said, guys, even if they lose this, if they can hold the LOCs, they will win. They will win this. They have the 4-pointer and they have the other 4-pointer. They have 8 points. And there's a minute 29. I don't think the Imperials will get there in time. Even if they took all the ones, it would not matter. What a game. What a game.
entire unit is dead, sir.
We have 2 grenadiers from Russia, plus a chevalier from Austria. And you have 17 seconds. It is over. It is well played. GG's, but Rheinbund, I believe, I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I recorded the beginning of this yesterday, so I'm not going to remember the course, but I'll look before I go over the results here. Yep. A victory for the coalition. And this was sent in by, or this was the one posted by Nate Devourer, who played as Austria. And you can see the cavalry, especially those hussars, chevaliers, and horse artillery. Highest kills. He didn't get that many kills, but he did a lot of work. I think Buckley down that left flank played well. Let's pull up the results here of this battle. Yeah, so here we go. Whew, what a fight. And it was GR versus Rheinbund. So victory for Rheinbund by LOC. But you can see Uzo, he was playing Barclay, the 11-pointer, got a 930 for the kills. You have Kaj, he was playing the other Russia, and he got 890 for the kills. You have Imrezer, 1058 as the other Russia, UK, and then Nate Devourer as Austria, 775. Other side, you have Sim. He got 688. He was playing Solt. You have Police Force of Habsburg Empire, 1095 for the kills. I think he was playing Mason. And then you have Eternal. Got 1345 for the kills. And you have Rambo with 571 for the kills. Don't know actually who was playing. Oh, Rambo was playing Imperial Guard, which means Eternal was Mortier. Actually, a lot more French kills than there were on the Coalition, but the Coalition won, which just goes to show sometimes you can trick the enemy enough or outplay them with the LOCs and get the win. That's why it's important to start considering those at like about the 25-minute mark. Yeah, really important, but well played. Loved the battle. It was awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed as well. So that'll be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and as always, I will catch you all in another video.